And welcome back to Afternoons on 11. Weight loss coach Charles D'Angelo is here, and he is joined by Benrubi, and many people may know him as Smash.
Smash! Nice to be here.
And you have lost 100 pounds. Do you want to stand up while we applaud you?
100 pounds lighter.
Oh my goodness. And you started in May.
I started in May. I'd gotten to a point where it was time for me to lose weight because of my heart and because of the fight against diabetes. And so I went to a bookstore, and because I had heard of Charles, I heard of his book, Think and Grow Thin.
Yeah.
And so picked up a copy of his book, read it. In his book, I mean, it's one thing to be put on a program for food and program for exercise and all that's cool. But in his book, there was a part about the fat kid. And up here,
that's what
I'm the fat kid.
Right.
I wanted to talk to the fat kid. And when I went over to talk to him, he understood the psychology of why I was fat, of why I had gained this weight, of why I couldn't lose it at that particular point in time. I thought I couldn't lose it at that particular point in time. And so I bought into the fat kid because he used to weigh 360 pounds. Mm-hmm. And he dropped to a fine physical specimen that he is.
So that's what brought you to Charles.
Yeah.
And you know, that it makes so much sense, because was there a moment in time where you were losing all that weight and then saying, you know, I do deserve this?
Oh, well, you know, there was a moment in time kind of like that, in that it's like I never thought that I would ever lose the weight again.
This could
that
be
I
me.
was,
I was
you know,
that
I'm
fat
coming
kid.
on, I'm 65 years old, I just turned 65, and I thought to myself, you know, for the rest of my life, I'm going to be I'm gonna be a heavy-set dude, and that's what it is. But then my heart started malfunctioning, and then the diabetes. I was shooting up, you know, like 250, 300 units a day. Now I'm down to about 30 to 50 units a day. When I first started shooting up, because I had gotten bad, I didn't pay attention to the doctor.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, I got bad, and I gained 70 pounds just off the insulin the first year.
My goodness, I've never heard of that.
So that was pretty wild.
So what does your doctor say now?
Oh, they were screaming. I went over there to, you know, North County Endocrinology, and Dr. Charles Kilo, where I'm on the board of directors over there at the Kilo Foundation, and they're screaming. So
tell me, for you, what was it about this plan, or what is it about this plan that works for you? Does it become something that's easy for you? It takes a lot of the guesswork out of it?
Well, that's part of it. You know, a lot of it is structure. Especially coming from the media business, one of the things that we like is structure, because we can work off of structure. You can ad-lib off of structure. As long as you have structure, you can do something correctly. So Charles put me on a good structure, and he put me on something that was astounding to me. I always liked exercising, but I had gone away from it for about 5 years. But what he put me on was food, not a diet, but food that I enjoyed.
Feeding the muscle.
I couldn't believe that.
Feeding the muscle.
Can you describe for people what your program is?
Absolutely. What anyone needs to do at home that wants to create this change for themselves is this. They need to set up a plan where, number one, I would say you need to be eating 5 to 6 times a day. If you're looking for the mechanics of food, that of course is a very important part of this. Eating 5 times a day to 6 times a day, about every 2.5 to 3 hours. I would say make certain that you have a very balanced diet. You don't want to starve your body of any nutrients. So this is not some high protein, low carb plan.
No, it's not.
It's very balanced, but it's the consistency. And what I want to hit on that Asher said, or Smash said, is this. You want to become unconsciously competent. Now that comes from repeated behaviors. One thing that he can tell you, and you can talk about, Christine, is when people work with me, once we set the program up, we automate it where there's no more thinking. You do the same set of foods day in, day out, where you don't have to think about it. Think about any peak performer, a baseball player, an athlete, an ice skater. Someone goes out there and they don't have to give thought to it. When you're on television, Christine's here talking to me, you're not thinking about what am I going to say next. It just comes naturally to you.
I'm thinking about when I'm getting to the T's here that I have to do. But congratulations to you. I mean, that's terrific, and I know the quality of your life has changed and will continue to be good.
And one of the things that has happened that I hadn't seen in maybe 15 to 20 years, I'm able to cross my legs.
See that?
How about that? Thank you, Charles D'Angelo. I've been D'Angelo.
All right, so Think and Grow Thin, right?
That's correct.
That's your book. Well, coming up on Afternoons on 11, we'll check in with another client of Charles who's lost a lot of weight and has kept it off for, I think, almost 2 years, she said. We'll introduce you to her when we come back.